Year 9, 10 and 11, welcome to an example response on romantic love in Romeo and Juliet. This response is up there as one of the high grades, so please pay attention to what the student does in terms of writing about the extract and moving to the rest of the play and how seamlessly that's done. Look at the close analysis, look at the terminology. So we've got this. In Romeo and Juliet, romantic love is a prominent theme throughout because inevitably the union of the couple will lead to their deaths. Shakespeare begins with Romeo's unrequited love for Rosaline to further heighten the power of Romeo and Juliet's love. Beginning with the extract, Romeo speaks of Diana's wit. Diana is the goddess of virginity, whom Romeo has sworn to follow. Despite this, Romeo's rash actions and strong belief in true love causes him to continue to pursue her looks. This infatuation with an available but beautiful girl signifies Romeo's desire for love and to feel wanted. Therefore, his longing for Rosaline actually foreshadows the speed for which he falls for Juliet. Some view it as love at first sight, but perhaps Romeo's love for Juliet also begins as a liking of the girl's looks. When the couple actually do meet, Shakespeare has them share sonnet, a 14-line poem to resemble love. A sonnet firstly uses iambic pentameter. Throughout the play, Shakespeare manipulates his syllables to demonstrate power or love. However, in this moment, it is arguably both to solidify the romantic notion of their first meeting. Within the sonnet, the couple mention two blushing pilgrims, palm to palm. Closely looking at the noun pilgrims, Shakespeare is outlining someone who goes on a journey to a holy land. Metaphorically, pilgrims are also called palmers, linking to palm, which intensifies that the couple meet in a spectacular way that only pure love could allow. Symbolically, this expresses that just the touching of their hands has changed their lives forever because they have found serenity in each other's company. Referring back to the extract, Romeo talks of Rosaline as armed from Cupid's arrow. Shakespeare is presenting Romeo as a patriarchal lover to show how meaningless his feelings are for Rosaline. In all his writing, Shakespeare took inspiration from the Italian poet Petrarch. He wrote a poem about a young woman called Laura, who he was pursuing despite her being unavailable. Romeo then becomes synonymous with the male figure in Petrarch's poem because his love won't be returned by Rosaline. Arguably, this creates sympathy for Romeo from the Elizabethan audience, which causes them to believe that when he finds Juliet, their love is true and romanticised. Whilst discussing context in the Elizabethan era, the ideal form of love was courtly love. The knight in shining armour would save the damsel in distress. This becomes apparent in the play when Juliet calls Romeo her true knight. Juliet is showing that Romeo has saved her from a life of loneliness or invalid love because he is the one she was meant to meet. By linking this to the adjective true, literally Shakespeare indicates the love is romantic because it is meaningful. It is also a metaphorical representation of how the bond between the two cannot be severed because it runs that deep. Thus, this symbolically implies that the Elizabethan audience would be in awe of the lovers and in this moment desire to live up to it. In the extract, Romeo expresses that Rosaline makes him feel despair. Firstly, this abstract noun displays the suffering caused when love only works one way. Alternatively, it demonstrates that Romeo's belief that he loves Rosaline is shallow because love is stereotypically supposed to bring happiness. Shakespeare is possibly conveying that Romeo is ignorant to what love really is in the beginning of the play. This serves to emphasise the impact Juliet has on his life because she provides him with the knowledge to finally understand the term love. To the Elizabethan audience, this is romantic as Juliet fills Romeo's heart with happiness after they've sympathised with him as of the upset he felt whilst interested in Rosaline. Another juxtaposition that flows through the play is light versus darkness. Romeo compares Juliet's beauty to a jewel in Ethiopia. In the beginning of the play, Shakespeare has depicted how Romeo's love laid in what he thought of the girl's looks. However, by contrasting the jewel against the dark background of the Ethiop skin, Shakespeare is showing Romeo's development and arguably slight maturity. Romeo may still be showing his love is in Juliet's looks, but he has forgotten all of the girl's beauty, as Juliet is the one light within all the darkness, romanticising his faithfulness to her. Within the extract, Benvolio tells Romeo to examine other beauties. The imperative highlights the typical objectification of women in Elizabethan England. The verb examine emphasises the work it takes to find the right girl. So by examining beauties, Benvolio is suggesting Romeo must learn to love a girl's looks because love is too hard to find. This contrasts Romeo when he actually meets Juliet because the ease of uncovering love took looking in each other's eyes, heightening the love between Romeo and Juliet. Mercutio links this with Queen Mab. Shakespeare uses Mercutio as a comical character, and in this speech he mocks the idea of any kind of romantic love. Overall, Mercutio's character is only interested in the sexual relations between a man and woman, becoming Romeo's foil. Consequently, this speech implies that Romeo and Juliet's love is rare, so it is idealised. It was done in exam conditions. This exam, 45 minutes, the student completed that. I think it's superb. Yeah, okay, expression in a couple of places could be altered, but considering exam conditions, 45 minutes, a test that was pretty much sprung on them, you can see how well this student knows the play, the seamless transition from extract to play to extract, knowing what Shakespeare is doing, analysing romantic love versus, other types of love, analysing Shakespeare's language, and then even that wonderful bit about the Italian love poem writer, Petrarch. Sorry about my wording there. I hope this was useful, and massive good luck in your English literature exam.